Oh yeah, this is a game that this is a matchup I was really excited for. RenieHouR versus MiaNonnNa. So we saw MiaNonnNa in round 1. Who did MiaNonnNa take out? Summerloud. MiaNonnNa also eliminating Scaphism in a 2-1. That was actually the only series of the whole tournament so far that went 1-1. So now MiaNonnNa sending Scaphism down into the losers bracket, it looks like, and yep, so now we're here, RenieHouR and MiaNonnNa. So Renie has been number 1 on the ladder for a while, just getting sniped by Yui before the tournament. So I would say he's basically number 1 on the ladder. Yui coming up in a very close second. And honestly, that's who I'm kind of expecting here. But MiaNonnNa performing so well against Summerloud, also a Masters level player. So this is going to be a great matchup, I think. I think Renie, as you can see, is Masters. Mia also Masters. It's just they're just playing on North America. And so we don't see that. So we've got Masters v Masters in the bottom right. We've got RenieHouR running between Nerazim and Infested, getting Nerazim in the upper left. We've got Kala and Infested, getting Infested. Infested v Nerazim. Did we see this matchup earlier? I don't think so. Cool, cool, cool. So, we'll see how these players decide to react to each other. I mean, really, I kind of feel like it always comes down to, if you're playing a Nerazim, you're always reacting to what the Nerazim does. Nerazim generally, in my opinion, doesn't react to what the other player does. Nerazim has their nice little concise build order. At certain supplies, you build these things, and then you attack at this time, and you put your pressure on with your harassing units at these times. And the other player's responsibility is to react and deny the Nerazim player from getting anything done. That's how I view playing Nerazim. I don't know. I'm not a Nerazim player. I think I kind of prefer the Terran factions. I haven't really played much of HeptaCraft. I've played a little bit, though. It's not that I've not played it. I have played it. I like Covenant a lot. It's just a cool faction. It's so diverse, so many different things you can do. I mean, every faction has so much you can do, but Covenant even more so, the way I look at it. Okay, so I'm really excited, again, about this matchup. Both of these players, I think, kind of hyped up. We haven't watched Renie play at all yet, but I know that he's a great player. He's been streaming a lot in Korean, so check out his stream if you were in a Southeast Asian citizen. I don't know where I was going with this. If you live in Southeast Asia, you know, and you speak Korean, his stream is probably for you. Earlier in the Discord chat, Summerloud asked him, "Are you going to stream?" And he said, "Yeah, when I get eliminated, I'll stream in Korean." And I was just thinking, you mean if you get eliminated? Because here we are in round 3 matchup here. In the other round 3, we had Yui v Apocalypse, Yui taking that series 2-0, and now with RenieHouR and MiaNonnNa. Again, I don't know what to expect out of Mia here as Infested, taking a fast expand. But we saw Mia perform very well as Infested. I think it was against Raiders. Summerloud was playing Raiders. Mia doing really well as Infested there. But again, both these players, high Masters level players. How does that translate to HeptaCraft? Well, mechanically it does. Obviously, if you can hit buttons faster, then that makes you a mechanically better player. But HeptaCraft, there's no real defined meta. There's so many creative things that you can do, even on just one base. Okay, so Renie now getting 2 more warp gates after his cyber core and not an expand. So I'm thinking Renie's going to go for some cheeky one-base play here. And we have 2 infested commanders coming out from MiaNonnNa, which we saw in earlier games from Mia as well. So these guys, they buff other units. They don't do a lot of damage, though, so I think it's interesting to see these come out early. And now, oh, there's a Stalker out now from Renie who may be able to just kite these guys around. These, I don't know how expensive they are. I'll check them out. I mean, I don't want to lose track of this. One is almost definitely going to go down, running up the ramp. And can they get to creep in time? Can they get to creep in time? Yeah. Oh, well, one goes down. And meanwhile, we have some Baneling spawns coming down from the Brood Hive, and we have more infested commanders. Very interesting with the amount of infested commanders coming out from Mia. But this Fnatic and Stalker are going to continue to do a decent amount of damage. But again, these infested commanders don't do much damage. It's more that they have this commanding aura, which increases movement speed and decreases life degeneration of nearby Terrans and Marines. Okay, so that must be a thing with the infested Terrans. And 4 infested commanders. I don't know if they can really hold out against this amount of Stalkers. Do we have a Roach? We don't even have a Roach Warren out from Mia. So it looks like Renie, again, going really, really strong Very, very strong one base play, just throwing down his expansion now, but he got his 3 gateways out before expanding, and he got his warp pylons upgrade. We have more infested commanders coming out from Mia. Very interesting choice again. I mean, infested has been reworked several times, so I'm curious, very curious to see how this is going to continue with Mia, if he's going to be able to hold on against this amount of Stalkers. These Stalkers do move slower on creep. You can see they got the creep and pairs movement, 70% movement speed. One Fanatic going down. Some Banelings getting spawned again from the Brood Hive, and it doesn't look like we have any Nidus Destroyers, and somehow this amount of infested commanders able to hold on against these Stalkers. I wouldn't have expected that at all. There's the Nidus Destroyer. One Nidus Destroyer going to do very, very well against the Stalkers. 35 damage is not insignificant, that's for sure. And Renie banking a lot on this one base play. If Mia can hold on comfortably, and there's a Changeling actually right there. If Mia can get through this and can hold on from here, then we've got probably a pretty late game macro game happening right now. So this is really cool. I never would have expected infested commanders to be able to hold on against this type of one base Nerazim play at all. So they are considered light. Maybe Adepts would have been a better choice from Renie, but I mean, he would not have known. I don't think he saw any of these units, and now he's pulling back. His warp pylon up here is basically forfeit as he pulls back and decides to hold on for some longer mid-game play. Now, Mia is going ahead and getting tunneling. We saw Mia use that really, really effectively against Summerloud, burrowing roaches and just popping up at the 3rd and 4th base simultaneously. And doing very, very well. And down goes the warp pylon. You know, with this amount of infested commanders, I wonder if we're going to see a laboratory and then some infested colonies coming up, which gives you free infested Terran. There we go. And now the roaches are coming out, along with that tunneling, is probably going to be very, very helpful. It looks like Renie going to transition into Robo play, and he has a Robo Bay out. So Disruptors, I think Disruptors, anything with large AoE is going to be very, very effective against infested, because they just really bank on huge numbers of more disposable units. Now we've got a drop coming in, 4 Stalkers into the main of Mia. What does Mia have here? Mia actually sending roaches across the map. They're so slow when they're off creep. And 4 Stalkers. We have some Baneling spawns here. Those are timed life Banelings. They don't do as much damage as normal Banelings, I don't think. Hot Baneling, small explode is what that tooltip was. And the Stalker's getting dropped to harass the 3rd base of Mia, as Renie maybe deciding he wants to warp in some Fanatics or even more Stalkers to get rid of this. Because keep in mind, Renie does not have his own 3rd base as well, so it's going to be important that he gets rid of this. And instead, though, the infested commanders, though, coming down to try to defend this as the Warp Prism moves up. Meanwhile, MiaNonnNa moving in with this amount of roaches. Again, they are so terribly slow off of creep. This is crazy. We see a shield boost come down from the Nerazim Nexus to protect these Stalkers from this amount of roaches. They now have the tunneling abilities as these Stalkers continue to harass the crap out of Mia. And here come the infested Terrans. We do have a Guardian Worm coming out as nope, not even one Stalker going down. These infested commanders cannot attack air. Nidus Destroyers, that's not what they are. Guardian Worms popping out, not able to take out the Warp Prism as Renie just keeping the pressure on with these Stalkers consistently. We have another Guardian Worm going down in the mineral line. Let's check workers killed right here. 8 workers killed by Renie by this early attack. This is going really, really well for him, I think. Let's check the units lost. I mean, it's just slowly moving in Renie's favor, but it's not so huge that, you know, this is terrible in my opinion. Meanwhile, we'll check the workers killed though. 10 workers killed by Renie is pretty significant. And let's see, no harassment in Renie's base, but he's got 2 Disruptors out. This could mean disaster for these roaches because, again, they're so slow. They're going to have trouble moving out of that Purification Nova right now. And even though Mia has a pretty good income lead with 3 bases, once he gets them all saturated, that's going to make a big difference. But Renie moving across the map. Oh, dear, 1 Broodmother level 2 getting caught out. Oh, no. This Broodmother can't do anything. This is all of your tech if you lose this at this point. I don't think these roaches are going to finish in time. The Broodmother, no, I'm going to miss you so much as the Broodmother trying to escape. And it's almost, no, the Broodmother gets away. There's no way. Oh, it goes down at the last second. Wow. As Renie tries to pull out, keep in mind the Broodmother, that is your tech requirement. You need higher level Broodmothers. Oh, he has a second one. I almost had a heart attack there. You need high-level Broodmothers to lay down tech structures. If you don't have those high-level Broodmothers, you can't get your higher tech buildings to get higher tech units. I was just losing my shit there for no reason. I also want to point out, look how slow the Disruptors are. They're very good units, but they're slow for a reason because they're very powerful. So I want to check, how much do Disruptors cost? They're not Terrazine, are they? No Terrazine on those. Okay, and here goes Renie. Coming out, he just laid down his third base. Oh, he does see these roaches. Oh, no. All the roaches go down. There's an Oracle overhead. These just straight up detect. I don't know if Mia realized that. Wow, that was a huge Disruptor hit. How many kills did that just get? I can't see because it's in the Warp Prism. Only 4? That seemed like more. Oh, 10. There's the 10. There's the 10 kill Disruptor right there. Wow. And we'll see what Mia can do to hold on to this. And the roaches are also, oh, that Purification of actually taking out 2 of his own Stalkers right there. But the Warp Prism is still set up. The Feederlings trying to skedaddle away as Renie on the back foot of this, also setting up his third base pretty comfortably. And the Purification Nova is forcing Mia to back out and allow some of his third base to get damaged and possibly go down. Renie actually abandoning the third base. Huge Purification Nova right there. Another one gonna get so many roaches. How many kills are on these Disruptors? 10 on this one, 22 on this one, 9 on this one. Wow. So these Disruptors are certainly the winners of this game so far. We'll see if Mia is able to hold on. It's just that Purification Nova being on cooldown, another one going down, forcing Mia to try to get close and force those Purification Novas to hit Renie's own units. But Renie being unrelenting at this point, the third base still stands for Mia, so if somehow these remaining bases can hold on, I think that Mia is certainly still in this. It's just the income is challenging. Oh, dear. Okay, I think he was trying to get those Purification Novas up the ramp to hit all of these. Oh, no, 2 more going down. Only getting a couple eggs. The eggs, I think, have more life than the roaches themselves. They do. And here come all of the roaches. The Warp Prism, though, moving up to the high ground. I don't know if Purification Nova's up. One Disruptor might go down to the roaches right now. The remaining roaches sort of hanging out. All the roaches, again, trying to get on top of the units. The Purification Nova! Oh, no! He kills so many of his own Stalkers with a Purification Nova! Big misclick there. Another one! There's no way he's doing this on purpose, is it? He can't be doing this on purpose. I think maybe, you know what I realize, he thinks he's using Purification Nova on the ones that are on the top of the ramp, but actually they came out of the ones at the bottom, and he killed so many of his own Stalkers. That's a huge boon for Mia. The question is, can he hold on? We do have 1 Brood Host. Oh, no. Oh, that was so many roaches. We have 1 Brood Host coming out from Mia. I don't know if it'll be enough. Brood Hosts are very, very powerful, but if that Brood Host can somehow hold on against this amount of Stalkers, I would be really, really shocked. These are so powerful, though. This is definitely a late-game unit, and we'll see how much damage it does. The Oracle going down, finally maybe allowing some of these roaches to do their damage. Oh my god, that stops those cocoons from building so easily. The roaches coming in, trying to flank the Disruptors, maybe able to pick one off. And this Brood Host, you can see, has really brought Mia back into this game. Let's check the units lost. Huge advantage here for Renie, but Renie now starting to having to back out. These Disruptors are still alive. One has 32 kills, one has 19 kills. Oh no, another big hit on the roaches. I think Mia trying to burrow, though. I don't think that's going to save you. The Brood Host trying to pop out there and do what damage it can. You can see how fast these kill individual units. It can attack ground and air. It has separate units for ground and air. It's got swarmers and creepers. The creepers attacking ground, the swarmers flying and attacking air. The oracles have gone down, though, which will allow Mia to burrow. This game has been fantastic so far, and going for the more there must be more upgrade. This is what I like to see. This just gives you even more. This will give you even more creepers and swarmers for your Brood Hosts. And another Brood Host on the way. These Brood Hosts could turn the game around for Mia. Not to say that it's really swayed away from Mia. I mean, that looked real scary there for a minute. Renie putting so much pressure on. But that hold by Mia has been crazy, crazy, crazy. That Brood Host was exactly what he needed. He took a big risk throwing that down. And if that cocoon would have gotten killed by the Disruptor Purification Novas, oh my word, that would have just been the end of the game, right? But this Brood Host just really holding on as best it can. Meanwhile, more roaches coming out. It looks like Renie breaking these rocks, wanting to put the pressure on again. And here comes the Matriarch Disruptor. I don't know how a robot can be considered a Matriarch, but you know what? This robot deserves it. It's doing better than these Stalkers. All right, and Mia at a pretty big supply loss. Oh no, this brood host is actually kind of caught out. It might get caught out. Oh no, it's trying to run. And I think Renie realizing that he needs to focus on these brood hosts because they just do so much damage. More Purification Novas, getting rid of these roaches just one by one. And one Disruptor goes down. Was that the Matriarch? No, the Matriarch lives. The hero Matriarch Disruptor lives. So many more roaches being called in as the brood hosts doing their best as they run away. The Stalkers do not have blink, and no blink on the way. So many roaches. More there must be more, just about done. Oh, this game is fantastic. Is Rainy just trying his best, constantly pushing in, putting pressure on Mia, and Mia with just crazy holds, trying to kite those stalkers around with the Brood Host. Honestly, Blink might be what Rainy needs, because he needs to blink on top of these Brood Hosts and get rid of them. All right. This is crazy. And you know what? People have been talking about these Brood Hosts. They've been nerfed, I think, twice. But again, I don't think they're overpowered. Rainy just doesn't have what he needs. Because, I mean, what it comes down to is he doesn't have... Oh, whoa, that was big. That was big. Shadow Cannon getting rid of one Brood Host. And that's what I was talking about. Rainy, he needs Blink or he needs something, some powerful nuke like Shadow Cannon to get rid of these Brood Hosts. And now Rainy putting on the pressure that was possibly needed. The Brood Hosts go down, and I'm not sure what else he can do against this force, this amount of Stalkers from Rainy, as the supply gap is widening. That Broodmother level 3 wants to get out of there, that's for sure. Here comes some Soaring Roosts as the Feederlings hiding behind the Soaring Roosts. 2 Soaring Roosts, unfortunately, they're probably going to get picked off by this group of Stalkers. More, oh, Purification Nova, ah! Those are so hard to avoid as Infested. You have so many roaches, they have a slightly smaller model, and they clump up and just die. Oh, that is killer. I don't know. I mean, air units make sense, but, I mean, Corruptors would get absolutely wiped out by Stalkers. Keep in mind your Corruptors can attack ground and air. There's no Oracles here, so these Infestors doing their best to skedaddle away. And, is he trying to control? He's got one of the Disruptors, but not... Unfortunately, the Disruptor already used its Purification Nova. He can use that grow, or the Infested ability to grab control of units while you're burrowed, but... That'd been cool to see some infestation, some infester play. But Mia now giving up, realizing that the game is over. Wow, that was a fantastic game. Well played by Rainy. Well played by both players. Really fantastic holds by Mia as well.